Okay, so I maybe made a mistake last year by saying that Clancy was the finisher of this whole Blurryface story because, well, this is officially the conclusion to that story. 21 Pilots' new album Breach comes out about a year after Clancy, and now we're finally getting the finish of the story that's been going on for about 10 years now since Blurryface released. And for the most part it's fine, but there's definitely some moments where I'm like, a little underwhelming in some places. Like, a matter of fact, Downstairs, One Way, and Intentions aren't necessarily my favorites, especially Intentions being the album closer. I just felt like it kind of ends abruptly, and on something like this, I don't really think an abrupt ending was the way to go, because it left me disappointed as to how everything just kind of ended in the first place. It's like, you know, this story's been going on for 10 years, and I was expecting some epic ending, and this is what we got. Like, it didn't really make sense to me for the most part. And even the OK tracks, Raw, Fear, and Garbage, have some redeeming qualities to them, but nothing that really brings it up. However, though, a majority of the album is really good. City Walls kicks off the thing, and it is an excellent, excellent one. Drum Show is my favorite single that came out before the album. Then we have The Contract, which was the first taste we got of this thing. And, I mean, you know, it was your typical 21 Pilots track where it goes here, here, and here. And even a song like City Walls, it's like that two-part song that they seem to throw out there. Sort of like Chlorine, how it starts off one way and ends another, but it doesn't, you know, bring down the track at all. Then Robot Voices is kind of interesting because I thought it was going to be one of those tracks where it was like, you know, just full-on robotic voices, but no, it was basically something about Tyler Joseph and Clancy's, like, robot pals or something like that. Center Mass is also nice. Cottonwood, and then we have Days Lie Dormant, which I like this because this follows up the song One Way, and at the end of One Way you hear Josh Dun calling Tyler Joseph and going, you know, I'm actually not opposed to Days Lie Dormant following up One Way because it's kind of a vibe change. And then we get into like this really, really good drumming by Josh Dun, and the song itself is also pretty good. And then Tally, which is the second to last track on this album, also has good features on it. I like the synth that goes along through it. Overall, it's basically an album I was expecting from 21 Pilots, kind of throwing it back to the older stuff. I feel like some of this kind of sounded like their 2013 album Vessel that they had over 12 years ago with, you know, the screaming by Tyler Joseph and then this rapping or some of this spoken word stuff that he's been known to do here and there. It was more similar to that than any of the other albums that has been a part of this story, and to me it was nice and refreshing to hear. Again, would have really liked it to have finished better, but at the same point in time, this album is still good. Like, I'm not going to sit here and complain too much about it. They basically gave us what they wanted, and now the only question is, what is the future of the band going to be like? Because Tyler Joseph and Josh Dun posted on the 21 Pilots, you know, social media pages that this is going to be the last 21 Pilots album for a while. I mean, Tyler Joseph's married, he's got a couple kids, and we just found out that Josh Dun and his wife, Debbie Ryan, are ready to have their first child as she is pregnant, so maybe they're just getting ready to take time off and spend time with their family and do some things as they go on a hiatus that could be a while before we hear anything new from them, because they're usually quick 2 to 3 years of releasing an album, but this time around they kind of told themselves, we need a little bit of a break, we need a little bit of rest because it can be too much at times, and, you know, now that they've both started families, it's probably in their best interest to take time off when they need it. Overall, I'll give this album a 7 out of 10. It is a very nice listen with a few flaws here and there, but nothing that bring the album down too much. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say I hate any of these songs, even though Intentions, the last track, is probably my least favorite. I think it had more to do with just the abrupt ending than anything else. Like, in itself, it's a nice, you know, ballady track, but I just feel like it just ending abruptly was a little too quick, a little too much, and it just kind of was like, oh, that's how you end it? Like, it could have ended better, but that's really my only complaint about it. So, that's it for me. You can tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this album, and hey, What do you think of the new setup? I'm in a new office area, and this is going to be the backdrop for the foreseeable future. But until then, that's it for me. Stay safe out there, and I will catch you all in the next one.